Good morning!
Good morning.
Good morning, Yoshi-san! Happy Monday!
Happy Monday.
Yeah, and belated Happy Father's Day!
Thank you. I noticed your card, so thank you. I got Father's Day card. So.
You're welcome! Yeah, I am so happy to greet you. Oh, how are you today?
So far so good because today is a very fine day, so it's interval of the during the rainy season, so it's so much comfortable.
Oh, it's comfortable today. That sounds good. So it means rainy season end.
Not ending. It's just intermediate time. So
Intermediate time. I see. But I am just really curious, when will summer start? Summer season.
On the calendar, in Japan, summer started from the June, but early June, starting the rainy season, so not so hot, so maybe the over rainy season, it's end of the July, so we have authentic summer after July.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And then summer break also for the students will start next month or August.
Oh, yes, and summer vacation is end of the June and or August, yeah, for the student.
June or August?
Yes, not whole June,
okay,
so
I thought...
whole August and plus end of the ending time, almost ending time for the June.
I see. Maybe last week of June.
Oh, maybe so. Yeah.
I see. Because what I've heard is they will have their 1 month vacation. Ooh, it's long. Yeah. I hope to get a lot of students during that time. Yeah. And by the way, what about like Obon season? Am I correct? Yeah. When it will start?
Middle of the August. So real Obon is from the 14th and 15th in the August. So
How many days?
It's maybe the 3 or 2 days. So and it's not a Japanese national holidays. So it's just long time custom to reward praying for our ancestors. So the Japanese stories, Obon time, our ancestors return back to their each houses. So then, at that time, all the family visit the cemetery for their ancestors or come back from whole Japan, their family, and spending same time as the New Year. So.
I see. Because we also have like that here in the Philippines, but it's every month of November.
Okay.
All Souls Day and All Saints Day. What is that? Like November 1, 2, and November 1 and 2, like Halloween. Yeah, the same day. Yes. Okay. So I am so glad that you remember me again, Yoshi-san. How did you spend Father's Day?
Spending time?
Yep. Did you receive some gifts or some present from your family members?
Yes, my daughter sent me some confectionery. So that it's glad my wife than me. So that, and my son knows my favorite things. He give me some good whiskey. So.
Enjoy drinking. Kampai.
Yeah.
I see. Do you still drink? Do you
Yes,
often drink?
Yes, almost every day. So not so much, but I have a little alcohol when I have a dinner.
Oh, a little alcohol. So you prefer whiskey?
Oh yes, I beginnings I starting the can of beers, and after that I choose maybe sometimes wine or Japanese liquor shochu. So you know the famous Japanese liquor, and maybe the good quality of the whiskey. So
What about sake?
I don't like so
You don't-
much Japanese sake, but sometimes my friend recommend to drink it. Of course, I drink it, but in my house we don't have the Japanese sake.
Ah, I see. Drink moderately. It's okay to drink, but make sure drink
Yes,
moderately,
I can
okay?
control the my custom for drinking. So.
Yeah, drink moderately. Okay. So I always that I hope that you always stay happy every day. I wish you everything, safety. Oh, when is your second vaccination?
Not yet. So the June the 28th, that day, Monday, next Monday. So the next Monday I can take this lesson. So.
So that's the second dose already.
Yes, yeah.
I see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see you again. So good luck and just relax. Everything will be okay. All right?
Thank you.
So Yoshi-san, thank you for coming to class. So shall we start our lesson? Are you ready?
Okay, I'm getting ready.
That's good. Okay, so let's start. Please open your textbook and read the title of our lesson.
Okay, talking about books.
Talking about books. Okay, I know that you really love reading books, Yoshi-san,
Yes,
right?
definitely, yeah.
So, recently, what kind of a book do you read?
It's very controversial. Recently, I read a very controversial novel, so it's difficult. So, the author writes about diversity. So, it's a very different time of different favorite things, people, and there's a lot of the characters, so I can't remember exactly, but they this thing is diversity, so it's of course they have the different character of the person, lot of so it's so-called minorities, so and each minority through the internet world, so especially through the YouTube, so they have their own small worlds, so And it's a very, that small arts, very concerned about complicated situation. But it's, they conclude one word, diversity. So I can't explain for you in English. So.
Oh, see, it's interesting. For how long now have you been reading that book?
Oh, it's a very thick book, so but almost ending. So one more, 5 pages rest of the one fifth page rest.
Oh, how many pages?
It's more than almost 400 pages. So and each character is very small. I can't read it, but I tried. So it's need maybe the glasses, but I don't like to wear the glasses. So and I try my own eyes, but too small character is a very hard time for reading. So for me, recently.
I see. It's okay, but is it a Japanese book?
Of course, the Japanese books. I can't read English novels, so.
You can. You're smart. No.
More tired than the eyesight problem. So.
I understand. Okay. So hopefully you can discover and read a lot of books. Okay. So let's continue now, Yoshi-san. Exercise 1. Kindly describe the picture. Thank you.
In this picture, I can see the one thick book. This book opens the middle of a page. So I guess this book has this book's front cover is red because I can see the edge of red front covers. So, and I also notice white bookmark strings. And over there of books, there's a big globe, and that globe shows me the United States, Mexico, blue, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, many of Caribbean Islands. I think that this picture indicated very important things. Is if you can read a book, you can understand the world. If you open the books, you understand that there is a variety of world. So the book is definitely the window of the world. So I recall I read a lot of books when I was commuting by train. So book can anyways comprehensive study. So anyways what important thing for human is don't lose inquiring mind. That's all.
Wow. I am just curious, the book that you are reading right now, is it as thick as this book in the picture?
Not thick, it's like the encyclopedia. So the recent book is more thin. So this kind of books don't necessarily anymore. So it's the internet is enough enough knowledge. So the very ancient time need this kind of encyclopedia. So.
Yeah, I see. But, Yoshi-san, one more question. If you read a book, like how many days do you spend before you finish reading it?
It depends on how difficult the books and how thick these books and how interesting this book. So then it depends on my free time, of course. So this average
One day,
no,
30
not
minutes.
1 day. It's recently 5 or a week. So finished one book.
I see.
My hobby is not reading a book, so I have a lot of things to do. And one hobby is part of one hobby is reading, so I don't share so much time for just reading.
I see. I understand. Okay.
How about you? Do you like reading a book?
No. Yeah. I don't like reading books, but I mean, I like reading, but I don't have time. And then sometimes, because I have like eye problem, so my vision is not so clear when I was young. So it's really difficult for me to read.
I understand.
Yeah, I prefer like watching a movie,
Mhm.
yeah, and listening to it, yeah, rather than reading.
I recommend there's a lot of the audiobook, so the variety of the famous book through the just audio. So
Yeah,
I recommend you it's a very vast, very famous classic literature.
yeah, I prefer audio, yeah, because yeah, my eyes are not so good.
But
Yeah,
easy to sleep, maybe.
correct. That's one of my purpose actually, Yoshi-san. Like I like listening because I fall asleep easily.
Yeah, yes, I think so.
It's like bedtime stories. Okay. So any question?
No question, so.
Okay, so let's move on. Exercise 2. Read a dialogue with your teacher. So I'm letter A, you're letter B. Okay?
Okay.
Word. Hey, do you remember the quote you told me yesterday? It was a quote from the economics book you have been reading.
It must have been from the latest book of Gregorio, because that's the only economic book I've been reading.
Yeah, I guess that's the author. We were talking about deficit spending and you quoted something that Gregorio said that I thought was so accurate.
Are you talking about what he said for national or international? Sorry.
大丈夫
Policies.
National.
National. I think I know what you are referring to. Let me get the book later because I can't recall the quote exactly myself.
Thanks. Okay, let's exchange.
Okay, hey, do you remember the quote you told me yesterday? It was the quote from the economic book you had been reading.
It must have been from the latest book of Gregorio because that's the only economic book I've been reading.
Yeah, I guess that's the author. We were talking about deficit spending and you quote something that Gregorio had said that I thought was so accurate.
Are you talking about what he said? Are you talking about what he said about national or international policies?
National.
I think I know what you're referring to. Let me get the book later because I can't recall the quote exactly myself.
Thanks.
Hey, do you like reading economic books?
No, I don't read just almost novels. So the
Ano?
practical book. Maybe I get that kind of information from the internet, newspaper, magazine. So not book.
Not the book. I
Yeah.
see. Thank you so much. Any question?
No question.
Yeah, reading, especially like thick pages of the book, is very, very tiring, but at the same time, very useful and very informative also. So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. Exercise 3, vocabulary review. Yoshi-san, read the following words, expression used in the dialogue and make sample sentences
Okay.
using them. Number 1.
Quote. To give words or passage from bring forward as an example of authorities. So I think China and Korea, so they have a national event. They require to Japan for compensation. Apologize for the World War II. So they are thinking there's a national event, beckoning opportunity for blame to Japan. So they want just spending their propaganda. So on the history, Japan definitely offend their dignity. So but successful Japanese minister, prime minister apologized many times. So that World War II is definitely aggression and inhumanity wars. So but they don't satisfy. So I think Japan doing the same action to your country, but my impression is most of the Filipino people are very friendly to Japan nowadays. We very appreciate that attitude. So thank you.
Japan and Philippines has a good relationship.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Next. Wow. Nice.
Deficit, shortage. So in Japan there is a massive deficit.
Mushy. Okay.
Totally amount of money is 100 trillion yen. So it means per person in Japan, from the baby to the old man, so 8 million ends per person dead.
Huh? 8 million?
8 million ends. So it's amount of money. So the loan. And it's very awful, terrible, heavy liabilities. So actually in Japan already the financial ruin, and we don't have the stabilized enough revenues. So I'm very worried. Someday the Japanese finance crashed, and it's definitely inevitable consequence. That's all. You don't know Japanese massive deficit. So
I'm surprised.
yes, so every day we accumulate the debt. Half of the Japanese budget making the deficit bonds. So, and this means every year accumulate the Japanese debt.
Every year? Oh, that's a big amount of money.
Yeah, it's impossible to pay back. So,
Yo, too impossible. Yeah, and then number 3.
Recall, so remember. So I have 3 grandchildren. So their behavior sometimes and their facial expression. So recall me of my 2 children's their childhood. That's all.
Same attitude.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So, Yoshi-san, thank you so much. Yeah, for another fun and informative class. Yeah, I really love taking a lesson or having a lesson with you. So, hopefully we can talk again in our next lesson.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you.
See you.